had a very adventuresome day today. Stay tuned and you'll hear about my adventures. I was on a quest, and here I am at Big Lots. Closing. As you know, the Big Lots all over have closed. I don't know what happened, but all the good places to buy things cheaper are going out of business. 99-cent store, whatever, because all the ones in my area had closed. So I found one about 15 miles away. It took me about 35 minutes to get here. Got here early, and I thought I'd snap some pots for my tulips, or maybe I used to be able to buy all kinds of bulbs and things in here. Forget it. It's all closeout stuff, and the most of the aisles are empty. They are closing too. So there you go. And there were no bargains really. It says 40% off everything, but it's not. So that was a waste of time. So I'm on my way to Walmart to see if I can find some tulip bulbs. That's my big quest, because I got to get them in the ground if they're going to bloom in April. Right now I need an iced coffee. Will you look at that? I found a bagel cafe right next to Big Lots. This is what it's called, right next to Big Lots. So my trek to Big Lots was not a fail after all. Will you look at the capers and the salmon, onions, cream cheese. Oh my goodness. And there's a tomato on there too. Now I'm already biting into the other half. It's on a nice onion seed roll. And look at the other half. Can you believe this? I'm sitting in my car just enjoying this no end with an iced coffee too. Yum, yum. This is a fun day out. So if it's okay with you, my friends, I will just sit here and enjoy my brunch and chat for a while with you. I just would like to get a video out today too to you. Now here's my iced coffee, and this is the place where you can get these bagels. You know, at least in our suburban areas, there's not too many places where you can actually walk into a cafe and ask them to make you one of these salmon, cream cheese, lox and bagels type of a breakfast. But in the big cities, you can get them in the great Jewish delicatessens and everything. But I'm so glad I found one of these. And you know what? It's a good bagel. They could have put a little more cream cheese on it, but it's terrific. So I'll take a bite off camera every once in a while and chat with you. I also have been doing a lot of reading about planting tulip bulbs. And Moosey tried to order some the other day. I think when I was talking with you, we were out in the garden. But he tried to order them through one of the catalogs that we normally get a lot of things from. And they're out of bulbs. And it's kind of late starting in our area. I think we're in a 10A or 10B zone for planting, which is Southern California. And probably should have planted them maybe by now, according to what I learned. I did some Googling last night. And when you get bulbs, you're supposed to put them in the refrigerator for a while to get them into a cold element. And then probably a couple of weeks at least. I don't have time to do too much of that. So I did send for some, believe it or not, on Amazon. I was getting a little frantic because one of the reasons I was coming to Big Lots today was to find bulbs. Believe it or not, I have found tulip bulbs in the past here at Big Lots, or in the Big Lots when they were open. And they were good. They came up and they were fine. Now I do have to find what they call spring blooming tulips, because there are the ones that will bloom at other times in the summer, maybe even in the fall. I didn't think tulips were blooming in the fall, but at any rate, I didn't find any at Big Lots. So last night I realized I better order some. So I ordered 30 bulbs, and I'll let you know how they turn out. My next stop after I finish this lovely breakfast is Walmart, and there's a Lowe's right next door. And I'm going to try both of them and see if they have any tulip bulbs left. Look what else, by the way, they put in the little luncheon box for me. Love dill pickles. If you will excuse me for a moment, I am going to have one or two more bites of my salmon. I just have to show you this. Look at this. Is this sinful or what? Oh, this is heaven. It's so good. So I'm on my second half as we talk here, but I'll wait a few minutes because there's something else I wanted to say. So while we're talking about food, or at least looking at it, last night I made the best supper, and I had planned it right from the morning. I got out my veggies and all the things I was going to use to make it, and got it out, put it on the counter, told Moosey what we were having so that we were looking forward to this wonderful meal. You know, I've come to the conclusion, when you're having those funky days, it makes it better when you have something to look forward to, whether it's popping out for something fun or having a great meal or doing something, watching a great movie, or you know you're going to see something or do something fun. You have to have a little something to look forward to. So this supper was one of our absolute faves. We have certains of them, and I think I've told you about this before. So I said to myself, this is so good. And it's one of my, what did I call them? Semi-homemade type meals that I create. And this is my own creation. And I thought, even though I've told you about this before, I think I'm going to film it. I can't remember whether I filmed it before or just told you about it. Well, I'm talking about my French onion soup, my version. It is so delicious, and as a matter of fact, I got so into making it when I started it. We ate about 4:30. We like to eat early. And I started cutting up the onions and totally forgot to film it. So we've decided that we want to have it again soon, and I'm going to remind Moosey to remind me to film it. I start with Progresso French onion soup. At any rate, I start with that, and then I take a whole onion, sometimes an onion and a half, and I saute them, put them aside, and what I do is I take the soups and I fill them up with these sauteed onions, then pour a full can of soup into each one. Have to have some French bread. I cut the French bread about an inch thick. I put a big piece on top, and I smother it in slices of the mozzarella, good slices. I even sprinkle mozzarella into the soup just to give it some extra thing. And I do warm up the soup on the stove and get it really, really hot. But you have to put it in the microwave after you put the bread on and the mozzarella to melt the cheese. And then you serve it with a couple of extra slices. I know it's sinful because you have so much bread and whatever in there, but you know what? I'm in my 88th year, and Moosey too. And you know what? If the skeeters don't get you, the gators will, so they say, right? I'm gonna take another bite. Be right back. Well, I have arrived home now from my adventuresome day, and I did want to share with you some of the things that I picked up. As I mentioned earlier, before my lovely, exciting, adventurous brunch, it was a failure going to Big Lots. I was hoping for the best in one of the last remaining Big Lots in California, but the shelves were all empty, and the savings was not that great. I couldn't find any bulbs whatsoever. That's what I was going for. And no garden pots. They used to have great pots, but those were gone. So the only thing I wound up buying were a couple of things of popcorn and I don't know what else, but that was not a good day there. So from there, I went to Savers because it was Tuesday, 30% off Senior Day. And when I got there, I realized my phone was dead, that it wasn't charging in the car. And I don't like going out or being with a phone that's dead when Moosey's home because I like to stay in touch with him. So I thought, well, I can't keep going on with my day unless I talk with Moosey. So I asked the fellow if he had one of those charging things. I had my card with me, but it wasn't charging in the car for some reason or other. So one of the ladies way in the back where they price everything and bring everything in from the outside said, here, I have something, you can use mine. So I went to the charging station and I stayed there and I stayed there and it wouldn't charge. And finally she said, let me take it inside. So she did. She went in the back where all the workers were and she said, I'll charge your phone, but I'm going on break. So I thought, well, am I going to leave my phone back there and whatever. So I kind of stood there and waited. Believe it or not, within 10 minutes, it did charge. So I called Moosey. He was fine. He said, keep having fun. Everything's good here. So I did. So at Savers, what did I get? Oh, I'm into my gardening this past week. It's been getting me out of my funk. And I check my little things every day. The rains were great on everything, but the garden is still not ready for the spring. And I've been looking for tulip bulbs. Haven't been able to find them anywhere. I did order some bulbs from Amazon, so I'll be waiting to see what they are. They're supposed to be spring blooming bulbs, and we are 10A or B here in California, and that's our zone so far as growing. But I read about something really unique. Do you know what these are? Yes, these are kitchen colanders, and they've got those little holes all over. They're all different. Some are plastic, some are steel, whatever. And I picked these up for a couple of bucks, each one of them, because they said they make great planters. Well, of course, why didn't I think of that? They'll look cute in the garden. They've got natural drainage, and they'll be good for planting smallish plants. Ranunculus, I was able to get some ranunculus bulbs at Lowe's, so I'm going to plant some of those in here. Small little flowering things that'll go out will look great in these. So these are my new planters, which was one of the things, by the way, that I went to Big Lots for and wasn't able to find. I did have one great coup. As I was kind of standing around waiting for my phone to charge in Savers, I looked behind me, and lo and behold, what did I see but this beautiful matelassé something. You know, that gorgeous matelassé which you see on spreads and pillowcases and things. Well, I couldn't figure out what this was at first. It was too small for a bed coverlet. I have one of those, by the way. But I opened it up and looked. Actually, $4.99, and they're two beautiful king-size pillowcases. Aren't they gorgeous? On the back, they have the inserts for the pillows, and I can't wait to put these on my king-size pillows. They're beautiful. They have this lovely little edging around the outside, and I do have kind of a cozy fluffy bed with a duvet and everything. So I'm about ready to change the sheets. It's freezing here in California. We're in the 40s and 50s. Last night it was 42 during the night. So I have flannel sheets on the bed and a flannel duvet cover, and I'm afraid to take them off because that's what keeps us nice and cozy. We do have that nice electric fireplace heater in the bedroom too. We have a beautiful stone fireplace in the bedroom, but I don't want to light fires, of course. But we do have a lovely heater there too. But flannel sheets are much cozier when it's 42 degrees at night. So this was my big coup. 2 pillowcases for $5. Beautiful vintage matelassé. I'm going to put it up nice and close. Isn't that gorgeous? Beautiful design. So besides the colanders, what else did I pick up at Savers? Oh, as you know, I always pass the jewelry counter. Look at this ring. It's gold all the way around. It's not adjustable. It's a better quality ring. It's not, I don't think it's costume jewelry. I think it's a coup. And I think it's amber. I think it's that butterscotch amber, believe it or not. If you could see it up close, it's kind of translucent, and I think it's gorgeous. Love the color. I have one other amber colored ring, a butterscotch color, and I'm going to check it out with that too. And this. Now, wait till I show you this. This is something that I'm not too sure of. Was it one of my kooky coos, or was it something? Look at this. Now, this doesn't go all the way to the elbow. It goes to there. When I first looked at it, I thought it was 4 bracelets kind of next to each other on the roll. And I said, could I see that one on the end? Because I liked the kind of rope design. It reminded me something of the Garmin, is it the Garmin jewelry? I have a black onyx ring similar to this. It has that rope design on the side. But she said, no, she said, they're all connected. It's 4 bracelets that look like they're all made together. I'm going to take it off and show you. It's amazing, isn't it? Now, is it practical? No. Is it kooky? Yes. But in a way, maybe it's more cultural than anything else. But we'll see if I can find an outfit to wear with it. But I just, once again, had to pick it up. Whether I'll wear it or not, I don't know. But it's unusual, and that's something I usually go for. Plus, it's heavy, too. It's quite nice, actually. The designs are really very beautiful on here, aren't they? We'll see about that one. So, when I finally left Savers, I got my phone working, called Moosey, everything was fine. So I realized that I could keep going one more store in my afternoon, and then I knew I'd be kind of worn out. So I did find these at Lowe's, and they're nice square. They're not the big heavy pottery ones, but they'll do for some of my new plantings. And when I got there, I asked the lady where the bulbs were, particularly the tulip bulbs. So she looked on her phone. She said, I can't find them anywhere. She said, it's funny. I don't know whether we've gotten them in and they're gone, or whether they haven't come in yet, but no tulip bulbs whatsoever. There are other bulbs inside, but no tulip bulbs. So the mystery is still on. Am I too late? Am I too early for planting what? But anyway, I went inside, and I want to show you these. Let me put this big heavy. So I got 2 planters for some of these bulbs. So I have my work cut out for me either this week or next week, because I have to get these in. But these are nice, and they're a nice big size. And but let me show you these. I'm gonna have to put my glasses on for these. So I went inside to check to see if I could find any tulip bulbs, and no, there were all kinds of bulbs inside in packages ready to go, but no tulips, no daffodils. So I found some canna lilies. So I have, these are bulbs, and these will grow, and I'll probably plant 8 to 10 bulbs in a pot, maybe something like that. Allium. Aren't the alliums pretty? They're little bulbs too. So these I can plant now. What else did I buy here? And I got 3 kinds of, oh no, look at the hollyhocks. They're big and tall, right? So they should be beautiful. And there's 3 of these. But my gladiolas, which I do grow every year. Normally, I buy them all at Big Lots for great prices, but no Big Lot gladiolas. Did find them now. Now, there's 12 gladiolas in each plant here. The bulbs are all inside. And I did get a couple of different varieties of colors. And here they are. They're a good-sized bulb. Isn't that color gorgeous? So I can't wait to plant these. I plant gladiolas every year and love them. Probably one of my favorite flowers of all. What's the other color I found? These are the different varieties of colors. Aren't they pretty? So I have a lot of gladiolas to go and a few other things. Now, when I finally got up to the front, I found a couple of more herbs too. I found some cilantro. I have those out with my other herbs. couldn't find sage and I couldn't find dill. That's always a problem. But when I got up to the counter, the lady said, I found out some news about tulip bulbs. And I said, what? She said they haven't come in yet. She said they should be in soon, tulip bulbs and daffodil bulbs. I said, well, I'm so glad to hear that. So in our area here in Southern California, we're not ready to plant yet. That sounds unusual because normally they'll come up in April. I would imagine that would be soon. Now I understand maybe you have to get them in a cold environment for a couple of weeks or a week or two maybe, and then plant them. So I will be checking for tulip bulbs here, and I will let you know what the tulip bulbs look like when they come from Amazon. I think they're due in 2 or 3 days, so I'll let you know there. So that was my day today. I came home, skipped Walmart, just didn't have the energy for the third stop. And, or was it the fourth? No, it was the third. Well, if you count my bagel and lox. But anyway, when I came home, of course, Moosey is hungry and wanted an early dinner. And I had that fabulous, I showed you the picture of my fabulous lox and bagels. So I'm not that hungry at all. So there's a lovely Marie Callender pot pie in the oven for Moosey. He loves those, a nice big one. And I will see if I have more than a cup of tea tonight. We'll see. I think I told you that I have a baby shower coming up, and that's for our Jenny. I think I told you all about the twin problem. She thought she was expecting twins, and then she wasn't. It was a mistake with the, not the doctor, but the fellow that took the pictures. I forget what he's called. And he thought he had heard 2 heartbeats, but didn't turn out. But anyway, she's feeling great. She's looking wonderfully pregnant. And her baby is due in April, and there's a shower for her a week from this Sunday. So I have my baby presents all ready to go to that, and also my outfit. I think I might wear those black satin pants that I bought in my Walmart coup, and maybe some kind of a black something. Maybe that sweater that had the peace and love on it. We'll see. So I'm going to try and edit this quickly and put this up this afternoon. And in the meantime, I wanted to tell you, after my short that I did the other day about rain, rain, go away. No, not rain, rain, go away. It's raining, it's pouring, the old man is snoring song. I thought it would rain for a couple of days. In fact, the forecast thought that it was going to do that too. But as it turned out, we're going to have sunshine for the next 10 days or so, and cold. It'll probably be in the 50s most of the time. Might creep up to the 60s, but at this point, no more rain. So there you go. I don't think we had enough rain, as the forecast will tell you, so I'm sure there's more coming, but not for a while. Thanks so much for commenting and enjoying all our videos and shorts. And I will see you soon in a couple of days. Stay warm, everybody. I understand you have lots of snow back east. We had snow up in the mountains, but not here. Bye for now. See you soon. Love you, and God bless us all. Everyone. Impossible to score, so I dream on to someday find